morning, Moonlight citizens. This is your Bat on the Moon, here with another episode of Moonlight Kingdom Reviews. And on this particular episode, I'm joined by a good friend as we review the Chris Pratt starring video game adaptation Super Mario Brothers, which, if we're being honest, is more remake than straight up adaptation. But hey, we're rolling with it. Say a little something to the people out there.
Hey, I'm Joe, and I'm here to discuss Mario Brothers because, yeah, it's really important to kids. I don't know. Okay, so I watched it with my niece, right? So, I had to put on a little act and be overly excited because, I didn't want to disappoint her. But, I think it was I'm going to give it a 7.5 out of 10. It was good. The visuals were good. It stayed true to some of the elements of Donkey Kong and Super Mario Bros., the games and stuff. So I think it was pretty good.
Yeah, it was. And I will also give it a solid 7 out of 10. A pretty solid 7 out of 10 mushrooms, because I enjoyed the fact that, for a movie that's vastly superior to the original Super Mario Bros. Movie, it sure does take a lot from it. In both movies, the brothers live in New York, they work on pipes under the city, and the movie even ends up back in New York, kind of like the live action one from the 90s, but that's why I'm like, this movie isn't adapting anything. It's more or less a remake of that original film, and it's so much better. So yeah, I'll give it props.
It is.
Yeah.
And I just love that they, put a personality behind Mario and Luigi. It was more character development there. They had a solid background, a solid Italian-American background. It was cool to see all of that.
What were your thoughts on that little guy in the cages talking about, I don't remember exactly what he said.
Star.
Yeah, he was all doomy and depressing. Even the penguin was like, we're depressed enough as it is. Yeah.
When I was watching it, I was like, did they really put this in a kids movie? Because the D word,
yeah,
death, is taboo in kids movies. So I think it was it was a bit controversial. I got the humor, but maybe because I'm older, but my cousin didn't really get it. So,
Yeah.
So I don't know about that. It was funny, but I don't know. It was meant for kids, so I don't think kids would understand or appreciate that humor.
Yeah, but it was funny, especially that scene where they're sinking, they're getting closer to the lava, and everyone's freaking out, we're gonna die, but the little star's yay! Thought that was pretty funny.
At last.
Yeah. It just shows he's been here a while. He's lost it now. Oh man.
Yeah, he really that entire cage thing did a big number on him. But I think it was funny, but I just didn't know if it was cool for a kids movie.
Yeah. I could certainly see one seeing from that perspective. Anyway, this movie did absolutely massive numbers at the box office, by the way. With a budget of $100 million, it raked in $1.3 billion. So that's pretty.
I mean, it makes sense though, because while it was a kids movie and it was tailored for kids, there's a lot of Super Mario fans that have been playing the games from the 90s, you know what I mean? So regardless of whether it was targeted for children, all people from all walks of life were watching it. Yeah. Trust me, they were 30-year-olds in that cinema.
Certainly. Even the cinema I was in, there were mostly adults in there. I saw very few kids.
Exactly.
And the kids that were there were primarily there because their parents brought them there. So, yeah.
Yep.
But look,
I'm also more excited than the kids.
yeah. What'd you think of Seth Rogen as not Bowser? What's this? Donkey Kong. Seth Rogen's Donkey Kong.
I think he did a pretty good job. I think that's not how I would have imagined Donkey Kong, but it's a good interpretation of him.
Certainly is. Okay, moment of truth, right here. Thoughts on Jack Black's Peach's song?
Yeah, it was cool. It was catchy. I enjoyed it. What's more to say?
That reaction of it was cool. I mean, it was catchy. Like, what the hell? Like, people be coming.
What else am I supposed to say? Peach is a badass. I loved her character.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think if little girls out there watched it, they would be inspired. And yeah, be exposed to, more female role models other than the classic damsel in distress.
Yeah. Well, personally, I'm just glad they didn't do what happened in the Lego movie with Peach. Like, I think it's because, the movie's called Super Mario Brothers, and it makes sense to have Mario be the main guy. But, like, when I saw the trailer, I was worried, because I'm like, man, like, what they did in the Lego movie is gonna happen here. Like, they're gonna have, like, Mario be kind of a bumbling fool in some way, like comic relief, and Princess Peach is the one who's gonna save the day. But, like, I'm not against having strong female characters. I'm just against having strong female characters
100%.
at somebody's expense.
I get you, and I think that they did a good job on both Mario and Peach. They were both strong characters. Like Mario, he was, like a protagonist. He was like a true protagonist. He never gave up. He believed in himself and the other people around him. And yeah, that's a good message for kids and people in general. I think they really did well with his character, with his personality. And he wasn't just, some little dude you control in the game. He wasn't like, as you said, comedy relief. If anything, Luigi was kind of the comedy relief. But, he also had his moment at the end. So, yeah.
Certainly.
But yeah, so, and I like the little moments between Peach and Mario, so that was cute. And it wasn't like he was there to save her and she was just, like a wet blanket character. She played an active role. If anything, she was a bit more experienced because, again, she was the princess of the Mushroom Kingdom. So, yeah, I love that whole dynamic and I love their character designs.
If I had to compare it to anything, I think the closest comparison one can make would probably be Princess Bubblegum and Finn.
I also thought that, I loved Adventure Time and their whole dynamic. I did think Princess Bubblegum was a bit harsh on Gwen a bit, but I like that Peach has a bit more of a nurturing personality, but she's still a badass, because I feel like when people try to develop female characters, they try to cut the nurturing or emotional side completely out and just, make her this cold, harsh character. And that's not realistic. Most women are not like that. Most people are not like that. And, so I like that they had, like whole facets to the personality, and it wasn't just all harsh and whatever. And yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, there's more than one way to write strong female characters. Not everybody has to be Michelle Rodriguez. No disrespect to Michelle Rodriguez. She's great. She's amazing. But, like, you can't write everybody like that. So, yeah.
Exactly. It's like what's happening with the Snow White movie currently, where Rachel Ziegler is coming on and saying, this isn't a fairy tale about true love, and, there's no prince that's coming to save her. And that's the thing. about Snow White, like, she was basically abused her whole childhood, didn't receive love, so she wished for this love and this companionship, and she got it in the dwarfs, in the prince, and I think personally Mirror Mirror did it the best, and yeah, so I'm just happy that this movie just, did well with the female characters, and all characters in general.
Yeah, I definitely give props to it. But in regards to Snow White, like my personal favorite incarnation of Snow White was actually the Kristen Stewart one from Snow White and the Huntsman. Like that was.
You like the Huntsman?
Yeah, I like Snow White and the Huntsman. It's dark and gritty, and Snow White.
I get that it has that classic aesthetic, but I still feel like Mirror Mirror is the best one. Like, okay, I just didn't like Kristen Stewart's performance. It just wasn't her. Maybe my opinion are glazed over because of Twilight, and I only see her as that. But like, I don't anymore, and she just didn't fit the role.
Yeah, that's what I keep hearing. I asked a friend of mine what he thought about it, and he said when he saw it, it took him like 10 minutes to realize, oh wait, this is supposed to be Snow White? Wow. But yeah.
Well, I guess that people have different perspectives on different characters, and maybe they try to do a little more of a realistic Snow White, how she would be kept in imprisonment by the evil queen and those kinds of things, and like how her personality would develop because of that imprisonment. And it was kind of dark, and it did explore deeper, darker themes. But, I just don't know. Kristen Stewart just didn't fit the part. If anything, I loved Chris Hemsworth's character. Amazing. Amazing to watch, amazing to look at, amazing to hear. He did a great performance. But like, yeah, she was supposed to be the protagonist, but she just ended up like falling into the background of the movie for me.
Yeah, but I will give. I do like that she, she's the one who kills the queen in the movie. Like, yeah, it's definitely.
I mean, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, plus it gives the queen a lot more, like, backstory and motivation other than, well, she woke up one day, asked the mirror, hey, mirror, like, who's the fairest? Well, it certainly ain't you. Like, what? It's a Snow White chick. Oh, then she's gotta go. Like, I certainly like that her motivations go beyond just that. Like...
Yeah, I suppose.
But yeah, in regards to the Back to the Super Mario movie, we've covered Princess Peach and Donkey Kong and Mario, and Jack Black as Bowser. Initially, when I heard that, I was like, huh, this is weird, because I've never envisioned Jack Black playing a bad guy. But seeing in this movie, it's like, Bowser's not 100% a bad guy.
I feel like Bowser was like a half-baked villain.
Really?
Was he really a bad guy? Or just an insecure jock?
I don't know, but I really saw it as like he wasn't actively trying to be like this warmongering evil dude, like because deep down he just wanted to marry Princess Peach, and he just didn't know how to show love outside of like I don't know, endangering innocence and whatnot, because that's all he knows. Like can't really blame him for that.
I suppose so, that's what I mean. He's a half-baked villain, like. Sure, he handled things in a bad way, and unnecessarily insulating people. But yeah, I suppose his end goal was kind of cute. If you can call poor thing a princess to marry you, cute.
Hey, it happens all the time. I mean, history is full of those situations where someone was forced to get married.
I mean, true.
Yeah, it's certainly good. Funny enough, I remember like a minute ago we were talking about Snow White, You know who's directing that movie? Like you mentioned, like the upcoming Snow White movie with Rachel Zegler. You know who's directing that? It's Mark Webb. If that name rings a bell, it's because he's the guy who directed Amazing Spider-Man and Amazing Spider-Man 2.
I hate the Amazing Spider-Man.
Oh, so you're gonna love this then.
The Amazing Spider-Man was just like, I don't even know what they were thinking. Like, okay, Tobey Maguire, excellent performance, immaculate. And then they just tried to redo the whole thing with a skinnier, taller guy. Was a bit funnier. I suppose he was a bit more developed in his character in terms of that. But, like, the Amazing Spider-Man was just like, you know, like when you're watching anime, and you, like, have to watch the filler.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just like there. Like, I mean, you don't really want to watch the filler, and you just want to get back to the main story, but you kind of have to watch it because, like, obligation. You started this anime, you have to watch it through.
Yeah. So, yeah, circling back to the film, I thought that the music in the movie was like beyond awesome, especially in the third act. You know, I was just like smiling throughout because, like, I remember like I wrote this down like for the thing. I was like, I hope you like the Mario Brothers theme because it comes up a lot in this film. Like, just it's like Ave Maria in Batman. Like, whenever something's going on, they just hit that Mario Brothers theme, and it's great.
I mean, of course they have to put the theme in and overuse it because, you know, it's Mario. And the theme is iconic. Like, I don't know if this is my ADHD or what, but, like, I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't pay close attention to the music.
Wow. Just, you didn't notice the theme playing throughout, just...
I mean...
It's the Mario Brothers theme.
How did you... shape person, so maybe I was just too distracted.
So you didn't notice that in a movie called Super Mario Brothers...
For those who don't know, and if you don't, I don't know why you're listening to this, or you just don't remember, or you just saw the movie, it goes something like this.
About the Super Mario Brothers had the Mario Brothers theme in it. You didn't notice that? Wow. Just wow.
It was cool.
Yeah. It was certainly, yeah, it's a solid film. Like, the fact that it's not just Mario all the time, and he actually shares the spotlight with Peach and Donkey Kong and Luigi. That Luigi was even in the movie is a step up. You know, I just really like that part. Cause...
I mean, true. I mean, personally, I have a soft spot for Luigi because I always used to pick him in, like, Mario Kart. Oh, no, I felt bad because, like, no one picked him, so I was like, okay. And also, my cousin used to fight with me over Peach, so, yeah.
Personally, I like Luigi more than I like Mario. There, I said it. I like Luigi more than Mario.
I mean, I get you, though, because he's more relatable.
Well, yeah.
I mean, he's like the background character that nobody really notices or cares about. Like, even Mario, when he was going on his, like, little adventure, I was like, did you forget about Luigi? Or you were and Peach are having a little moment?
Mm-hmm. Pretty much, yeah.
So, yeah.
He's I don't know. Yeah, you were saying?
He's, like, kind of a wimp and a coward, but, like, he grew a pair at the end, and I think that was cool.
Yeah. And I do...
Not to mention, like, supportive and a great brother. Like, he believed in Mario when the rest of his family was giving him slack. But, yeah, I just think he's a cool character. Yeah. He played a cool, supportive role.
Yeah, it certainly fits because, I mean, I like it. One of the things I liked about, like, Luigi in this film is that he was kind of like the black guy in every high school movie. Like, I remember there was this film, Not Another Teen Movie, where like the black guy they asked him a question and he's like, "Don't ask me. I'm just the supporting black character. My job is to stand back here, add racial diversity, and react to things by saying shit like, wow, that's whack, and damn, and so many things." I'm just thinking, yeah, that sounds about right. Think about it. Every like high school movie, like teen high school movie, has that one black guy that's just there, and he always like, yeah.
Yeah. Like High School Musical had theirs.
Yeah, the guy with the curly hair. I don't even remember his name.
To be honest with you, he was kind of hot, and I noticed him before I noticed Troy, because Troy was kind of mud. And honestly, Sharpay was the love of my life. She still is. But yeah. I don't know where they were.
Present day host, you're chiming in here, Moonlight Citizens. Just wanted to point out the popular theory, not exactly a popular theory, but a theory that I discovered a couple of years back about High School Musical 2, my favorite High School Musical, mind you, about the character, the dude's name is Corbin Blue. Yeah, him and Sharpay's brother, the character in the movie that they don't outward say that he's gay, but it's one of those old school things like back when they had like the Hays Code or whatever. So yeah, he's gay and everything but them coming out and saying it. So there's a scene where Corbin Blue and this guy are like arguing and they get into a full on like sing off. They have a song and dance or whatever. And like the next time we see them, they've switched clothes. Like, what on earth could they have been doing that would end with them having switched clothes? And like, I didn't really think anything of it till I saw this one episode of Shameless where Ian is like his brother is like comes to his like this convenience store he works at to see him, and he sees him coming out of the back with this like Muslim guy. I think he's Muslim. I'm not sure. With the shop owner right behind him, and they were in the back. They were doing it in the back. So when I'm like, he catches on. He looks at them. Everything looks normal. They're just standing there, and he looks down and he sees they are wearing each other's shoes, and that clues him into the fact these two are sleeping together. And right there, like that linked it to me, like they were wearing each other's clothes. The reason the other dudes were wearing each other's shoes is because they were in such a rush to get dressed when they heard someone come in that they put on the wrong shoes. And so I just made to theorize the reason these two characters were wearing each other's clothes, even though they had no reason to, was because, well, yeah, they put on this front that they don't like each other to the public, but behind the scenes, and probably behind the bleachers, they probably do smash. And they were in such a rush to get out there for the next song number that they put on each other's clothes by mistake. Anyway, back to the video.
Going with Troy and Gabriella, but like, yeah, they weren't really the stars of the show, if you know what I mean.
See, the way I see it, the film as a whole was, it was a really good movie. Feel good. Had plenty of positive themes like, believing in yourself, hanging in there, sticking it out even through tough times. There was something this guy said on the Joe Rogan's podcast about how you don't need like 30 friends. You just need like a handful of people who'll stick by you no matter what, and you can like take over a country with. No, I
get that 100%. Like, I feel like Mario was really struggling in Brooklyn, and Luigi was his like only supporter. And even through that, he still persevered. He still worked on, his little business, his little ad. And I feel like when he went, into the pipes and transported to another world, he kind of like, he met people that were supportive. Like Peach, she was there. She saw him for what he was worth. And like, yeah. And I feel like having people that support you, really uplifts you, and you feel like you can do anything with that support. And I yeah, that was it for him. He really like grew into himself and the person he was meant to be when he met supportive people. Not to mention the Toadstool guy, he was great.
Yeah.
The bestest friend ever.
Good old Keegan-Michael Key. Yeah. We definitely it's like this One Direction song says, if only you saw what I could see, you'd know why I want you so desperately. You don't know you're beautiful. That's what makes you beautiful. Sometimes
I would have taken you for one D fan, but anyway, this is new info to me.
Who said I was? Oh.
It's kind of cringe.
Who said I was a 1D fan? I'm not a 1D fan. That song was everywhere when it came out. It was hard to ignore.
That was some real preciseness with those lyrics, I must say. It's very telling.
It's the main.
Anyways.
It's the main lyric repeated over and over. Like, geez, it's like listening to 50 Cent's song and hearing the "Yo Shorty, it's your birthday."
There's a big difference between 50 cents and 1D.
No, I'm saying.
Anyways, it's okay.
I'm saying.
You're 1D fan. There's no shame.
I'm just saying you don't have to listen to the whole song to know the main hook. Just.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Anyway,
Anyways.
I'm trying to say sometimes you just need that somebody or those other people to see the stuff inside you that you can't see because you're too wrapped up in your own business. You know, like how you see you and how others see you is vastly different. You know?
No, that's so true though. It is. Like even like my personal life that has like, you know, like that line really shaped the way I saw myself and started to appreciate myself, and that's what happened in that movie. Like, as I said before, like, Mario wasn't really appreciated or supported at the beginning, but when he was surrounded by people who saw this greatness in him and what he could be, he really grew into himself and shined, really.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, just, it shows, you know, bottom line, this movie's got, you know, go-karts and rainbow bridges and magic mushrooms and monsters. But at the end of the day, that ain't what it's all about. At the end of the day, it's about family.
A found family, by the way.
Yeah.
I think that's like a big theme in many movies about how the people you choose to be with in life have a bigger impact on you than the people that, you know, you're just stuck with, you know?
Specifically the Fast and Furious movies. And as of today, we are in our 10th Fast and Furious movie, Fast X. Not counting Hobbs and Shaw, that was a spin-off. Otherwise, if you did count those, we'd be on Fast 11, but yeah. I'm going back to the review.
So you were just born there, you didn't have any choice. But, yeah, so it's important to choose people who, you know, are there for you, who think alike, and who, you know, just support you. So I'm glad for Mario.
Hell yeah.
And Luigi. Because, like, I feel like Mario was the only one that, like, was there for him. I feel like in his family, he was, like, a background, like, child, you know? He was just there. He wasn't too smart. He wasn't too strong or someone to depend on. And I feel like Mario, like, took him under his wing and, you know, and they formed this bond because of that. But, like, I feel like Mario was really there for Luigi, and Luigi seeing Mario support him and be there for him and believe him, like, really made him make that move at the end where he, like, you know, did a whole Captain America.
Essentially, yeah. Although, this movie does, in terms of, like, the you know, moving to different worlds, being chased by a monstrous enemy, it does feel like it takes a lot from the Sonic the Hedgehog movie, and it's amazing for doing so. Yeah, even like.
I mean, Sonic was iconic.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to rhyme, but it happened. But anyway.
If you're gonna copy from the best, I say.
Yeah, 100%. I love Sonic. I actually played that more than Mario or Donkey Kong. And
yeah, I can understand why. That blue fur ball definitely.
I actually enjoyed the Sonic movie a bit more, to be honest, because I watched it on my own and I wasn't like manipulated by a child to watch it with them. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
Certainly has its moments. Both being made by the same studio really shows like they understand like how to do video game adaptations.
100%. 100%. But like, I just like that. I feel like in terms of movies, we in this like era where I don't know, they like really feeding onto like, you know, things that were part of our childhood or people's childhoods, and like trying to reignite like a passion for these things in the children of today. Like in terms of Barbie, in terms of Mario, you know. Even Oppenheimer, you can say that because like, you know, it's history. It's like, you know, we live and we learn.
Do we really? Can you say that with a straight face?
Exactly. I mean, I get that history is important because you have to understand what naughty things the people of the past did, so we don't like, you know, repeat them. But like, I feel like in terms of human nature, people just don't learn, and people think they know better. But like, yeah, so I like that we're like Five Nights at Freddy's is coming out soon, and I'm excited about that. Another amazing video game that I used to play. I mean, the cosplays are kind of cringe, and a lot of people will hate that I said that, but like, but yeah, you know, like just like sitting in front of the TV playing Five Nights at Freddy's, and you know, that was like the shit. Barbie as well. Barbie was like a childhood essential for every single girl out there. And I think that children need Barbie in this day and age because like it taught me so much about friendship and independence and being who you want to be. So yeah, I think that them focusing on, you know, these movies and on how the characters in these movies like develop and grow into themselves and, you know, persevere is really important. Not just for kids, but for other people. It's like a reminder that, you know, this is what's important in life.
Yeah, present day man coming in here for a minute. Just want to say this episode goes on for quite a bit. This is no longer a review. This is just a full blown, Moonlight Kingdom podcast. So yeah, that's how it's gonna be from this moment on. And 3, 2, 1.
Line. Your thoughts on Mario? On the Super Mario Bros. Movie. If you had to underline it all by saying this, bottom line, what did you think of the Mario movie?
Okay, bottom line, it's a movie that everybody should watch. It's a movie that everybody will benefit from, no matter what your age. And yeah, it just talks about, you know, key things that every human being should strive towards. You should strive to persevere, to find people that support you in life, to also support people. And yeah, to just believe in yourself, regardless of what the fuckers say. My language. But you know, like, you know, at the end of the day, you know, like, whatever you do, you post your first YouTube video, a billionaire out there or a famous YouTube influencer is not going to judge you. It's the normies at all, because they're too scared to risk it all and go out there and follow their dreams. But yeah, you know, we all start somewhere, and we might start at the very, very bottom, as Mario has. And that's okay, because that's how life works, you know? It's hard times, it's good times, but we have to have the hard times to get to the good times. And it's important that you have a strong personality and good determination and perseverance to get to those good times.
Yeah. And also, it's never too late. And also, when you need it, when deep down you know you need it, it's okay to ask for help. You know, you don't have to do everything
100%.
yourself. Yeah.
Not me though. I don't ask for no one's help.
Of course not. As always, folks. Yeah.
It's one of my personality traits.
Oh, that's why we dig it. As always, folks, this has been Moonlight Kingdom Reviews. I've been your host, the Man on the Moon, and I've been joined by my good friend. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and, well, that's not much else, so peace out, have a good day, be nice to one another, and, yeah, that's all I got to add to that, so, ciao.
Hey kid, don't ever let them get inside your head. They'll tell you what to do in life instead of everything you know that you could get. Don't let them guide your life towards regret. I'll fight for what I love with every breath. My past is filled with things I won't forget. I use them all to push me to my best. So treat the worst of times just like a test. If only I could go back in time, I'd tell myself that everything will end up alright. Just push yourself, test yourself, figure out what you like, and find your limits, don't be rigid, always work towards a prime. Surround yourself with open minds, people can change your life. A few friends with intent can help you feel alive. Find a passion, take some action, and with a little time, just be patient, make a statement, try to enjoy your life. They'll try to kick you while you're down. They wanna rise up while you drown. They wanna fill your head with doubt. They're silently scared that you'll figure it out. I'll make it look like I'm losing, won't bother hiding my bruises. And when they finally think you're wounded, then it's your chance to be ruthless. Make some progress, I can see that they compare. I think everyone's against me, maybe something in the air. Am I paranoid? I swear a void is forming and they're scared. I walk a straight path, not many can say that. I like to play fast, cross me and there's payback. You better pray that I don't see your face at any place that I go. I know you hate that. I've been doing fine, I'm not wasting any more time. I live for the fight and the climb, and I think that the pain that's deep inside is what defines. So I won't give up, I'm gonna make it to the top. I don't care what's in my way, I swear I'm never gonna stop. I could fall flat on my face and I swear I will get back up, cause I don't deserve a thing and the road ahead is tough. They'll try to kick you while you're down. They wanna rise up while you drown. They wanna fill your head with doubt. They're silently scared that you'll figure it out. I'll make it look like I'm losing, won't bother hiding my bruises. And when they finally think you're wounded, then it's your chance to be ruthless.